Hello, hello, hello. Happy Friday. How are you doing today? I'm so excited that you're here. So I've already put on my Uology serum and my Uology day cream. So that was already done. I let that soak in. I actually tinkled today. Do you guys know what that is? It's where you shave your face. And I call it tinkle because the product that I initially started buying, razors, they were called Tinkle, like that was the brand name, but I found some cheaper on Amazon and they're just by Schick. But I find them anywhere. So this one I actually have on a monthly subscription. So they come to me automatically. So it's awesome. So I just put on my hydrating face primer. I do prefer the hydrating one over the regular one, especially right now because my skin seems to be a little bit on the drier side. I think we're finally starting to get into the fall and winter stage here in California. I woke up cold. That is the first tip that is starting to get cold. So I just put on my exfoliating lip scrub. Normally I do that in the morning. Totally forgot to do it today, so I just did it now. And then it has these like moisturizing properties to it, so it's really nice to leave on and let your lip kind of soak in the goodness. I'm using BB cream, so today is like a super easy look. I have to go to Kaiser with my son, and then I need to do some grocery shopping, and I am going to go have lunch with one of my girlfriends. So super casual day. And what is great about the look that I'm gonna do right now is really, like, let's say like my husband comes home tonight and he's like, Mandy, I don't want to eat your cooking, we're going out to dinner tonight. I can take this same eye palette and just kind of freshen it up, darken it up just a little bit, and it can be like a really nice, like, going out look also. So I really like doing this palette on Friday, just in case I get so lucky and that happens. So little trick, if you don't want to have to cook for your husband or your family in general, suck at it. Sometimes I'm like, oops, I put, salt instead of sugar or something like that. Like, oh, time to eat out. So okay, so what I'm doing with this blending bud is I got it damp already in the sink. So you get it wet and you squeeze all of the water out, and then you squeeze it into a towel, and that's really gonna get most of that water out. The reason why you do want it to be damp though is because you don't want all of your product to just soak right into that sponge. So you get it damp so that it doesn't soak in, but also I just feel like the finish is different when I've done it dry before, and it's just a different finish, and I definitely like it wet or damp. So with a blending bud and with this process, the more you tap, the more it's going to become one with your skin, and it's going to look super natural. But it's really like a great way to put on the BB cream, because you don't have to put in that much effort. You don't have to keep doing it as long as I've been doing it right now. I just chose to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and grab just a little bit of concealer. I just want to kind of basically highlight. I don't have a lot to cover up today, which is nice. But what I'm going to do here is I put just a little bit of concealer on the back of my hand. I'm gonna do about a 50-50 and add some primer to it. So this kind of cuts it. It makes it it's gonna be a lighter application. Let me grab. So I'm using it's a cream shadow brush. That's what this brush was made for. But I use this to apply my concealer too. It's a dense brush. You have some good, what's the right word? Some good, oh my gosh, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Like, you can put it, control. You have good control over the brush. It's dense. And so you can put it right where you want it to be. So I usually take whatever's left over on the back of my hand and just tap it on to the areas that we're going to want to highlight. This is just going to add a little bit more definition to your face. Okay, so I'm going to go back to that blending bud. That same blending bud. I'm just using the opposite end I'm using this one. This is a Real Techniques Blendy Bud, and it's very, very old. I can't find my new one, and so I just had to grab this out of my drawer. It's one of those that was an older one, but wasn't too horrible that I had to throw it away. So it was just in there for backup purposes, and we are backing it up. So this one has the flat end, which I used to apply the BB cream, and now I'm just using that other corner. On days that I want to be extremely precise with that, I use a smaller one like this, and it's stiffer than this Real Techniques that I'm using right now. So we're just tapping this around, blending it out. And this is stuff that the more you do, the faster you get at it. I know that a lot of times we're in a super duper hurry. Maybe you're trying to get off to work. When I was working in the corporate world, I definitely understood those days when you were running late, but you still wanted to add a little bit of makeup to your face. So all like this BB cream I really liked. I used a lot when I was working in the corporate world because it's really, you can't apply it wrong. Even if you have to use your hands and run out the door, you really can't apply it wrong. And so it was kind of my savior. So as you guys can see right now, I'm taking a dry sponge and I'm patting on Behold setting powder. Behold setting powder has light blurring properties, which just literally blur your fine lines, your darker circles. When when you look down, I should have showed you before, but when I look down, you can see that I actually have like a bag there, but now you can't see it at all. I should have done it before. I've done it on previous videos. It's just really, really amazing. So Behold setting powder, it's going to set your products and it's going to help blur out any fine lines and so forth. Uh-oh, my favorite brush. Oh, there it is. Oh, I swear my Evan, my 13-year-old, he comes in here and uses my light setup in this area, and then he's a boy, so he comes in and he just like tornado and everything gets knocked off onto the ground. But I probably should do a better job at also cleaning up after myself, right? But this is my area. This is my area. I should be able to do what I want in my area and expect it to look exactly the same when I come back. Okay, so I just took a little bit of that setting powder and dusted it around my face. I didn't pat it on because with that sponge, because I don't need it like packed on in other areas like you do under your eyes. Also, when you're using a concealer, our concealer especially is a little bit on the creamy side, so it stays wet. And so using the Behold setting powder sets it and keeps it from sliding around and moving on your face, settling into fine lines, anything like that. So that's another reason why I pack on that setting powder onto that area that I applied the concealer. So now I'm using my bronzer. This is just an easy, simple way to add some definition back into your face. A little bit of contouring. You know, if you ask the makeup pros, they say never use bronzer to contour your face. But, you know, sometimes we're in a hurry. You know, we're just moms trying to get out the door to do whatever life is calling. And, you know, bronzer is just fine. So you notice that I put we call it the 3 and the E. So, you know, like that's how you apply it, the 3 and the E. So you come down, when you come down under your chin, what this is going to do is give you a more defined chin, and it's going to hide the look of a double chin that you might have. And then down here under your cheekbones, and then you just kind of in this area just to warm it up. I have a larger forehead and I don't have bangs, so I like to put a little bit around the hairline, which will kind of shorten that forehead. If you have a small forehead or you wear bangs, then you're not even going to need to do anything. Okay, don't even do it. If you have a short forehead, definitely don't do it because it will shorten it even more. Okay. All right, so let's tap on a little bit of blusher, and I am going to grab one. I don't know which one. I'm going to grab one that has a little bit of highlight in it, and that way a little shimmer in it, and that way I'm killing two birds with one stone. So I would show you this one, but my youngest dropped it and it shattered. So I can't show it to you. Well, I mean, I can kind of show it to you without it breaking, right? I know there's ways that you can, you know, put like rubbing alcohol, like you crush it down and then you do rubbing alcohol and you let it dry and it goes right back to where it was. But I did that one time and I just felt like it changed the product. It changed the consistency of the product. So I'd rather just kind of deal with it in the powder form. Okay, so I'm putting on some of that blusher, and this one has a little shimmer to it, so I don't have to do a highlight, so that's really easy, out the door, done, right? Okay, so brows. We definitely need to do brows. Brows are extremely important. They frame your face. They give you, they pull the eyes up. So what we usually makeup, what you really want to do is kind of elongate your face. And by doing your brows, it brings the vision up. And so it does help elongate it instead of it being droopy. Also, did you know, and I'm sure if you've heard any one of my videos, I say this almost every single day, but brows are one of the first places that we start showing our age. Because brows are actually one of the first places that you start losing your hair. Your hair starts thinning as you get older. And so if you don't fill it in, then you are going to look just a little bit older than you need to. So fill them in and look a little bit younger. Why not, right? Okay, so let's even this part out. Okay. Excuse me. So I have a couple of things to share with you while we're doing our brows here. I really like this brow brush because it has a spoolie on the other side and it really softens up that those lines that you just drew. It makes it look a little bit more natural. Okay. So a couple of things that I want you to know about, which are pretty amazing, is I have a chat where I share deals and specials that I can't do publicly. So with Younique, we have, it's really good for all presenters. It's really a great thing that you cannot share a deal publicly that you are personally giving out. If it's a deal that all presenters have access to, that's from corporate, then you can share it. So let's say I decide that I'm going to give an, excuse me. Let's say that I decided that I'm going to give an extra discount on something specific, a specific item. I can only share that information privately. I can't share it publicly because not all presenters have the ability to give that discount away, okay? So I have a chat in which I share that information privately with you, and it's the best way. I used to share it in a group, but you know how Facebook works, and you don't see all of the posts, and you don't get any kind of notifications unless you happen to choose show me all, and sometimes even that can get removed. Even if you say show me all, sometimes that button gets unclicked. So I found giving the deals away in a chat is the best way. And I tell everybody, don't comment in the chat. Just private message me if you have any questions or you want to take the deal, unless it's one of those scenarios where it's like the first person to raise your hand gets it, then, you know, message in the chat. So basically, you're not going to get a lot of notifications, but you will be notified when I am giving a special, and then you can, you know, choose whether you want to grab that special or not. So let me know if you are interested in being in that chat, and I will be happy to add you in. And then the other thing is, so right now I'm using Victoria's cream shadow. I really love the cream shadow because it goes on as a cream and it dries to a powder finish. So it makes it really easy to blend with other powder, even cream shadows, but other like powders that you're going to use on your eyes. So today the pressed powders are my absolute favorite. These are my go-to. This is my go-to palette, and this is on me and basically anybody who's ever said, you know, I don't know what colors to pick. So this is what I give them, and it looks amazing. I did classes on this last year on this exact palette on how to use it. And I'd love to give you another class. We could totally do that. But it was really, really good. And everybody that came to the class, it looked good on everybody as they left. So I put that cream shadow on to neutralize the eye, because they were a little bit, my skin was a little bit red, a little veiny. And then, so it neutralizes it. And then it also works kind of as a primer. So it's kind of a dual purpose item there. So I'm grabbing Discreet, which is the lightest color, and I'm going to pat it here on the lid. So the other thing I was going to tell you guys about are affiliate links. If you are interested in being an affiliate, I'm giving away an amazing amount of makeup, free makeup, every month by these affiliate links. So what it is I focus on just the 4D mascara, because I know that is whatever, so many people are just spending their entire life looking for the best mascara ever. And I really believe that 4D mascara is it. So I'm doing affiliate links based on that mascara only. And I give you a post. So I give you the words and I give you the picture. So now I'm going to grab my fluffy crease brush and I'm going to come in with Nimble, which is the second one from the top. It's that light brown. This is your transition color. Tap it off and then dust it. And I'm going to just and when I say dust it, I mean like softly touch your brow. Softly touch that brow bone. Not the brow, but the brow bone. And just kind of windshield wiper back and forth. It's such a gentle touch. And I'm going to come in and kind of create a V here. So this is your transition color. This is the color that's going to blend between your dark color and your light brow bone color. Okay. So we're going to do that on the other side too. So, the affiliate link. So I give you a picture and I give you the words to post, and you're going to post it on your main wall for 6 days. Less than a week. It's so extremely easy. And then your friends are going to be like, that's the mascara I have been searching for. I want to try it. And then I come in on the post and I comment and I message all of those people, all of your friends who are interested in the mascara. So all you had to do was do the post. You don't even have to communicate with them if you don't want to. I will handle the rest. And then I take it into private messenger. I share them because remember, I told you guys that I can't share my deals publicly. So I give a little bit of a special to them and they're like, yes, I want it. So I send it to them in private messenger, and then you earn rewards. So I can't remember. The first month I did it, well, the first month I did it real. I started it in August, but it was just, I was just kind of learning. I was learning kind of what posts attract attention. I was learning how to kind of communicate with your friends. And so it wasn't really, really good. But by September, I had given away $450 in free makeup just by these affiliate links. So if you are interested in getting on my list for affiliate links, I start them every Sunday. And I have a small list. I only do a few a week so that I can really, keep up with it and give it the attention that it needs. And so if you want to be on that list, message me. And then you can get some free makeup. How awesome is that? And then on the other hand, I can show you how easy it is to run this business. It's so extremely easy. Okay, so now I'm going to grab that dark chocolate, which is marvelous. And I'm going to grab my crease brush. So I just used my fluffy crease brush, and now I'm going to use my crease brush so you can really see the difference. The crease brush is much denser and smaller. Okay, and I'm going to come in So again, I'm kind of following that bottom part of the bone, of the brow bone. And then coming in towards the eyelash, the corner of the eye. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to, you saw me use this a little bit earlier when I was chatting with you. This is a clean, fluffy blending brush. So there's no product on this brush. So I kind of use it to help soften everything up. Because again, this is just a regular, like out the door, quick look. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to that fluffy crease brush and we're going to grab Fervent, which is this maroon color right here. So I didn't clean it off. I still have, was it Nimble? I still have Nimble, that brown on there. I just leave it on. So I'm basically going to go right where I put that chocolate. So this is a fluffier brush. So it's going to go around that chocolate color. It's not going to be right where I put it because I'm not using that crease brush. Did that make sense? I'm not sure. Okay. So now it's just a matter of blending everything and making it look like a nice little rainbow of colors. I keep coming back to this area because it feels like the product is sticking to my eye. Like I have something on my eye there. And it's not blending softly. I really don't know what's going on. Okay, well, let's just pay attention to this eye and I'll figure that other eye out. In fact, I won't even put mascara or anything on that eye. I'll go ahead and fix it off camera so that we don't take up all of your time. Okay, so right now I'm grabbing Scarlet pressed powder, which is our lightest pressed powder, and I'm just kind of dusting that at the brow bone, and I'm softening up where I have that eyeshadow already. Okay, so this just lightens up all of that area. See how it just really lightened it all up? I love using Scarlet pressed powder. This is just like, you know, a compact that you would carry in your purse. That's all that is just a pressed powder. So I am going to go back to my crease brush. Which one's my crease brush? And I'm going to grab just a little bit more of that chocolate Marvelous. And let's just kind of put it on. Just to add a little bit more. Clean off that brush just a little bit and then grab the maroon, which is Fervent, and go right above it. And then I'm pulling Fervent down under the eye. See? Really, really pretty. So tonight, if I come home or if my husband comes home and he decides he wants to go out to dinner, I can just grab a little bit more chocolate and just deepen that up. And then it's like good to go. So let's go ahead and continue on with the eyeshadow. Remember, I'm not going to do my left eye, this eye. I'm going to figure out what's going on. I feel like it's sticky. Like there's something on there and I don't really know. My face was clean before I started. Oh, here's my pencil and my sharpener. All right, so let's turn this mirror around. So I'm going to come right along the lash line, as close to that lash line as I could possibly get. And then as I work my way out, I'm going to kind of thicken up that line just a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to grab my shader, my liner brush, really, really small brush. It's dense, but it's soft. And I'm going to run it along that pencil line. So this is gonna just soften it up so that I don't have a harsh pencil line. And then what you wanna do is you wanna follow the line of your lower lashes. So I'm pulling that line up. So your bottom lash, that line right there. Okay, see what I did there? All right, so let's do our lashes. So you want to straighten them up. Get them all going in the right direction. And curl them. So you always want to curl your lashes. It really only takes a couple of seconds. It doesn't add much time to the getting ready, and it really helps your lashes look longer. So if you're putting mascara on, you're probably putting it on because you want your lashes to show up and you want them to look longer. So why not go ahead and do just one more step, and you can really get them showing. So what I'm doing here is I started at the bottom of the lash and then I tapped my way up to like kind of curl them up. Now here's a trick. If you have lashes that are stick straight and they do not hold a curl, grab a lash primer. Absolutely amazing. It's like hairspray for your lashes. It holds that curl amazingly. So this particular lash primer is, it goes on white, but it dries to clear. So you don't have to worry about how, like, you know, if it was white, you'd have to make sure that you completely get your mascara everywhere in order to hide that white. But you're not going to have that problem here. Also, it conditions your lashes. So it makes your lashes healthier, and the healthier lashes are going to grow longer. They're not going to break off. They're not going to be brittle. They're not going to look frayed, all of that. Okay, so I put it on and I let it dry a good amount, not all the way. And then I come in with my mascara. So also the benefit to to primer is it adds volume to the lash. And it adds length to the lash because it coats that lash and it stays coated around the lash. Then when you come in with your mascara, no matter what mascara you use, it's going to build on top of that primer. So your lashes will be longer and thicker. Okay, so here's a little trick. So I'm going to show you up close. See how the lash is just a little bit on the clumpy side. I don't really like it that way. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our blow dryer, put it on medium heat, don't burn yourself, but high volume. And then you come in and you warm up that gel. So this is kind of like reactivating that gel. And then you take your brush and then you shoot it with cold air. So I'm like freezing it right now. So also, if you do have the hard to curl lashes and you use that primer and then you do that step right there, then that's a really good way of keeping those lashes set as well. Okay, so now those bottom lashes, let's take care of those. Get them going in the right direction, add just a little bit of primer. Let it dry. And then add your mascara. And that is it, guys. So I'm just going to add pouty liner to my lips and a little bit of lip gloss, and that is going to be my lip look. Nothing special or fantastic, but a very nice way to get out the door looking put together, okay? I hope you guys have a fabulous day, and I will see you guys later. Thank you.